Hello, I am so excited you're here watching this video with me, and I am even more thrilled that Master Your Money is coming up. Now, if you haven't heard of Master Your Money, it's my signature 3-day event around helping women be able to make more money. Because I believe when we get enough money into the hands of the right women on the planet, that this world is going to look like a different place. And it already is. Like, the women in my tribe are doing amazing things. And we've been doing the Master Your Money event for over 6 years now. And my mission behind it is to really give you the framework for how to create money sustainably in your business so that you no longer have to guess. And then you can use that money to create change for yourself, your family, and the community. Now, I could go on about this forever and ever and ever, but I thought it would be more fun to let you hear from somebody else who's actually been to the event. So I'm here with Britta Gudmunson, and she is amazing. And I am gonna first start, Britta, with telling us what you do. So, like, can you tell us a little bit about what your work is and what it is for people?
Thanks, Monica. My business is Britta Green Violet Wellness, and what I do is I work with people who are into yoga and meditation. Those are my people. And I help them to release weight, to release anxiety, and to cultivate energy. And I really focus mainly on doing that through mindfulness techniques and without drugs or diets or stimulants. So
Awesome.
I have a very spiritual sort of underweaving to everything I do, and love bringing in ritual and mindfulness into our health and helping us thrive in our bodies.
Oh, I love that. I love it because it's so important in my life. Like, I do both of those things, yoga and meditation, and people like you, I feel like, make it a lot easier for all of us. So, Britta, will you tell me a little bit about where you were before you came to the Master Your Money event, and sort of how you decided to come?
Yeah, it's a magical story, of course. I live in California. I live in Santa Barbara in Southern California, and I'm a graduate of the IIN program, Institute for Integrative Nutrition, where I saw Monica give a talk, and just really loved the content that you gave, and signed up for your newsletter and received it for a while. And then you offered a free webinar, which I attended, and you did some individual coaching, and you gave me some really great tips. And then on the call, I remember you invited me to come to Master Your Money. And I actually thought, like, I live in California, lady. Like, you like, really, you want me to fly to Atlanta, which is, yeah, that's a big expense, big undertaking, big amount of energy. And so I got off that webinar thinking, like, I'm not interested in doing. I mean, of course I'm interested, but I'm not going to do it. And actually on that call, you had brought in some of your tarot work, and you were talking about the Fool and how we need to be the Fool and really go into beginner's mind in order to kind of rewrite all the stories, and create a business from kind of the ground up. And I was really meditating on that, and I kept thinking about your event, and I was unsure of what to do. So I actually got out my own tarot deck and asked the cards, and I drew a card. And of course, the card I drew was the Fool. And so that was pretty much, I was like, okay, the universe wants me to go. So that's how I ended up going.
Awesome. I love that. I love it. And tarot is something that it's one of my hobbies, and I often bring the archetypes of tarot into my teachings. And just for those of you that aren't familiar, the Fool is all about taking a risk, and making a leap. The card actually shows a picture of a man carrying a stick with a little bag on the end of it and a little dog that's kind of nipping at his heels, and he's at the edge of a cliff. And essentially the little dog is saying, hey, like, you're about to step off, you're about to step off. And the little bag kind of shows that he's willing to sort of put all his possessions, get rid of everything that's heavy and sort of leap off that cliff with little to none and take the risk. And I really believe that being the fool is what we do every day as entrepreneurs. Like, we're stepping in all the time. We don't know how to do stuff. We don't know what's going to happen. We're spending money, we're spending time, and we're just leaping off and waiting for the net to appear. And I also think it's an important archetype to embody, because one of the things about the fool that's really interesting is it requires faith to know that everything's going to be okay and that you're allowed to step off that cliff. So I'm so excited, Britta, that you were able to sort of own the fool and join us at Master Your Money. And what was the event like for you, and what did you gain from the experience?
The event was really expansive. It definitely was very connective. I loved everyone that I met there. There were so many inspiring people, women and a few bold men. And I definitely made some friends who I still have to this day. And I made some really great business connections. And the first day, you really dove into a lot about kind of money mindset and our stories around money. And that was really powerful for me. And I remember learning about the money types and really owning up and being really clear about being an avoider money type. And I can't tell you how helpful that's been for me, because it really it's given me concrete tools and just a very clear reminder always that, as you say, money loves attention. And it makes so much sense to me now that when I give my money my attention, I feel the anxiety leaves. It's when I am in the mystery and the unknown, when I'm not looking at the numbers and I'm not tracking and I'm not aware, I'm kind of just like hoping and praying that everything is okay rather than really looking at what's happening. That's when I get into overwhelm. So it's been very helpful for me that's just one example, of course, of the types of things that I learned there and how they're still proving useful.
That is so amazing. I love that. And that's a huge transformation, right? To come into the event being afraid of money and to leave the event and really start to understand that avoiding money isn't actually serving you. Now, I know it didn't happen overnight and that, it took some work to get there, but making that connection is one of my goals for the event, is to have money start to be a place of empowerment instead of a place of avoidance, and having that happen in your body and not just in your head. Amazing, Britta. And what else about the event did you find like shifted for you or that you liked?
Well, one thing that comes up for me is just seeing you, but not only you, this huge room full of women who are really stepping into success and stepping into being empowered with money and being really educated around money was very healing. I feel like maybe just in my life, but I think in general in society, a lot of kind of the business, at least archetype, originally was really very male focused. And still to this day, I feel like there's sort of this stigma around, it's kind of like going to the mechanic, it's like there's this, this fear, I think, as women that like, I'm going to be spoken to like I'm an idiot. Like I don't know what I'm talking about. And so just having having role models such as yourself and an entire room full of women who are there to learn and running businesses and taking risks and really diving in, eyes open, felt really healing. And it just felt like, okay, these are people that I can look up to. These are people that I can actually talk with and be real with and learn from and create community around being a woman business owner and everything that entails.
Amazing. It's true. I love all of that. I think it's very difficult to step into who you want to be if you don't have models to do so, and if you're not inspired. And that's one of the amazing things about the Master Your Money event is how many women there who have taken this business piece on and are still very feminine and spiritual and kind, but are also brilliant and smart and savvy and on it with their businesses. And they've been able to maintain both sides, you know, the warrior and the goddess, the masculine and the feminine, and really be able to still make the money they need to support themselves and their families. I love that, Britta. Thank you. And for you, what would you say to someone who's thinking about coming to the event, especially someone who, you know, might have to, like yourself, get a plane ticket, fly across the country, you know, be really leaving a comfort zone to be able to come to the event?
Mm-hmm. Well, I guess in simple terms, I would say that it's worth it. Because as I have learned, being a successful business owner and entrepreneur really means getting out of your comfort zone. I mean, there is no other way but through. And I think that the act of making such a big leap, not only taking the time and the plane ticket, but, you know, really the energetic investment as well as the financial investment of, you know, going to that event, really just, I feel like energetically for me, it was kind of this declaration to the universe that, like, I mean business, like, I really want this to work. And, you know, like, there is no plan B. This is happening and I'm going to make it happen. And, it was very empowering. It was like a surprise to even myself. You know, it was like me showing up for myself in a way that I really never had before. So it was very empowering.
Amazing. Oh, Britta, thank you so much. I love that. I love hearing that. And I think it does call for that, you know, going to an event, even for myself, like having to get a plane ticket, get on a plane, get in a hotel. It's like, you really are calling yourself out and saying, I want more, I can be more, I can do more, and I'm ready for the next level. So thank you so much for all of that, Britta. I so appreciate it. Have an amazing rest of your day. And for those of you that are watching it or thinking, you know, I'm ready for that too, you can register for Master Your Money at revenuebreakthrough.com/money, revenuebreakthrough.com/money. And just for all of you to know, especially if you're flying from far away, or if this feels like it's really out of your comfort zone, when you register for the Master Your Money event, you also get a free ticket for a friend. So it allows you to maybe bring someone who would make things easier financially and even just emotionally. And that makes the experience more fun as well. So I'll see you at Master Your Money. Thank you, Britta, and take care.
Thanks, Monica.